So first off, you notice this recognition that God, he turns the weak people into strong people. We sung it with the Cornerstone song, didn't we? Abraham, he's got this trust in God that he's going to rescue his nephew. And Abraham is not trusting in his might or his strength. Abraham's not trusting in his political alliances with other kings, other people. It just says, is it verse 14? That he took 318 men, just 318. I think that's why it's included here. Just 318 men. And he goes on this rescue mission. And then it works. Somehow it works. He doesn't bring these other men from Mamre along with him. He doesn't bring other colleagues or anyone. It's just 318 men from Abraham's household, people that are meant to inherit the promise of God. And he goes out and it works. All these huge armies that have been fighting, this military might of the kings of the East. And Abraham does it. Not by military strength, not by political power, but through the power of faith, humbly trusting God to fight for him. And this is exactly how kings are meant to be. There's almost like a guidebook. That's what the first 5 books of the Bible are. They're like a guidebook for how everyone else is meant to live after that. And that includes kings. Deuteronomy 17, for example, it says that when you get a king, he is to focus his time on God's word, growing in humility and faith, rather than having many horses. So that's military might. He's not meant to have many wives. That's not just like an adultery thing, but again, political alliances, because often you marry the daughter of the local kings and pharaohs and other people. So he's not meant to have many horses, not meant to have many wives, or too much gold. Why? Because he's meant to trust God. God is where he finds his value, his comfort, his security, his purpose, and ultimately his strength. Abraham really seems to live this out. He trusts God. But notice he doesn't just sit back. That's not what I'm telling us to be like here. I don't want to say, okay, trust God, God will sort all your problems out, you can just stay at home, you don't need to do anything. No. Notice what else Abraham does here. Verse 17. Abraham, he gets the balance of faith and works. They come together. Verse 17, he strategically attacks when? At night time. So there's a plan. Abraham's planning stuff. And he comes up with a plan of having this pincer movement. He divides his men and they attack from different angles to cause confusion and to be more effective. And he keeps hunting these people down, his enemies, all the way to this place called Horba, which is at the northernmost tip of Israel. And that's a long way for them to go. So again, he doesn't just trust God and think, God will miraculously bring Lot into my camp. No, he trusts God and he's obedient. So, we don't just sit back, nor do we just rely on our own plans and push God out. Instead, we expect God to use our plans to accomplish his purposes. Or as Oliver Cromwell famously once said, trust God and keep your gunpowder dry. Trust God and keep your gunpowder dry.